Hello.
Application in C language, right? So here just you are finding what some procedures. Coming to first one, main. I hope it's audible. Is it audible? Can you hear me, everyone? Okay. So just we have created a sample application in the C language. We can observe that we are taking what procedures. As already I told you, main is what a procedure. Main is for what? To it is to run what? To run the C program. So if I want to run my C program, we are using a procedure. Which procedure? Main procedure. So what is this CLR ACR? CLR ACR means clear screen. Again, I'm telling you. What is CLR ACR? CLR ACR means what? Clear screen. Okay. CLR ACR means what? A clear screen. Okay. It is for what? It is for okay clearing the previous. Okay. It is for clearing what? The screen. Here screen means what? The console. Okay. So like main is a procedure. CLR is SCR is also what? A procedure. Okay. So what is the full form of CLR SCR? CLR SCR means clear screen. Okay, whereby CLR SCR is what? It is a procedure. Like we are having main. Main is what? A procedure. Similar way, CLR SCR is what? A procedure. So if we take a procedure, otherwise, if we want to take a procedure, just what we are doing, we are using a parenthesis. This is very important. If we want to work with what? If we want to take a procedure, we are using what? Parenthesis. Opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis. Clear? Example, here just you can observe that we have main. For main, we are taking what? Parenthesis. Opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis. So here just we find two parentheses. Here we find what symbol? Here we are finding two parentheses. This is called the opening parenthesis. This is called as what symbol? This is the opening parenthesis. And this one is what symbol? This one is referred as something like the closing parenthesis. Okay. So whenever we are taking a procedure, example, just we know that main is what? A procedure, but every time just we are taking what? Parenthesis. These are called as what? Parenthesis. Similar way, I told about what? I told that CLR SCR is also what? A procedure. So immediately what you have to do, you have to take what? The parenthesis. Clear? So what is CLR SCR? It stands for clear screen. What is that? It stands for what? Clear screen. For example, in a classroom, we know that we want to clear the board. Clear means rub the board, right? Similar way, at some point, what we want to do, we want to clear the screen. Screen is also referred as what? The console, right? Okay. Yeah. Now followed by printf. As already I told you, printf is what? Printf is a something like what? Procedure. What is a printf? Printf is what? A procedure where in C language. Purpose, it is for printing some output. It is for what? Simple. It is for printing what? It is for printing some output. So I want to display some output, or I want to print some output. Just what we are doing, we are using a procedure that is what? Printf. Okay. But where we are printing the output? We are printing the output where? On console. Previously, you are running out a C program, right? Correspondingly, you are finding out a message, hello world. So where we are finding this output, that region is referred as what? Console. Clear? What is that region referred as? Simple. That region is referred as what? A console. Okay. To design your program, you are using what region? Editor. Similar way, to display the output, you are using a specific region. That specific region is called as what? That specific region is called as something like what? A console. Okay. Now let's talk about getch. What is the getch? Getch is also what? Simple. Getch is also something like what? A procedure. Like a purpose. It is for seeing the output. Seeing the output of what? It is for seeing the output of what? Of the program. So I want to see the output of what? Of the program. We are using what? One more procedure. It is what? Getch. Clear? So here in this program, how many procedures we have used? Anyone? In this particular program, we are using how many procedures?
This meeting is being
So in
recorded.
this particular procedure, in this particular program, how many procedures we have used? Okay, I'll tell you, we are using around four procedures. First procedure is main. Okay. Number two, CLR, SCR. Number three, printf. And number four is what? Getch. Clear? A procedure is having its own requirement. Just a procedure is having what? A procedure is performing. What is that? A procedure is performing its own functionality. What is that? A procedure is performing what? Its own functionality. It is something like when we talk about a bike. In a bike, just what we are finding? In a bike, we are finding some components like a brake. Similar way, just we are finding what? Accelerator. Similar way, just we are finding what? We are finding a horn. So each component is performing what? Its own functionality. For example, brake. We are using a brake for what? To reduce the speed. We want to reduce what? Simple. We want to reduce the speed of what? Of the vehicle. We are using what? Brake. Number two, accelerator. We can use accelerator for what? Simple. To increase what? To increase the speed. We want to increase what? The speed of the vehicle. We are using what? Accelerator. Horn. What is the purpose of horn? Simple. It's for blowing the horn. Right? It is for what? Simple. It is for blowing the horn. I hope that's clear. So in a bike, just we are finding out so many components, but a component is performing out its own functionality. Means to reduce the speed, can I use accelerator? No. Or to increase the speed, can I use brake? No. Because okay, a component is performing what? A component is performing its own functionality. A component is performing what? A component is performing its own functionality. What's that? A component is performing what? Simple. A component is performing something like what? Its own functionality. I hope that's clear. Brake is specifically for what? To reduce the speed. Accelerator is specifically for what? To increase the speed. Horn is meant for what? For blowing the horn. Clear? Similar way, when coming to SC program, we are having what? So many procedures. Like main. Why we are taking void main? What is void main? Void main is what? A procedure. I want to run my C program. Which procedure we are using? Tell me. Void main. Similar way, I want to clear the screen. Screen means what? Console. We are using what procedure? We are using something like CLR, SCR. Okay. Similar way, I want to print some output. Which procedure we are using? We are using the procedure printf. What is that procedure? That procedure is what? Printf. Clear? And we are having what? Getch. Getch is also what? A procedure. It is for what? It is for seeing the output. I want to see what? I want to see the output of what of the program. We are using which procedure? Getch. Is that clear? Hello? Is that clear? Okay, yeah. So you are asking for some questions. What is CLR SCR? CLR SCR means it stands for clear screen. CLR means clear. What is SCR? SCR stands for what? Screen. Okay. I hope that's clear. It is standing for what? It is standing for okay, clear screen. So what is CLR SCR? Again, I'm telling you, CLR SCR is what? A procedure. What is CLR SCR? CLR SCR is what? Something like what? A procedure. Okay. How about printf? Printf is also what? A procedure. The same thing applicable for getch. Getch is also what? A procedure. Since we are using procedures, what is that? Since we are using procedures, since we are using what? Since we are using procedures, C is called what type of language? C is called as what language? C is called as something like a procedural language. What language? C is called as what language? Procedural language. Then how about Java? Java is object oriented language. Notice the difference. Okay, but when coming to Java, what is that? When coming to Java, it is what language? It is an object oriented language. Just write down all this. Just write down, take down these notes. Some important points, write down. Some you can maintain some running notes. Just take down. Okay, completed. Okay, yeah. So I hope your questions are clarified. Okay, since we are using what procedures, again I'm telling you, suppose if I'm not taking void main, what is the problem? You cannot run what your program. For example, in a bike, just we are having engine, right? Engine is for what? Engine is for running the bike. Engine is for what? Simple. Engine is for running the bike. Suppose in your bike you are removing the engine, can you run the bike? No. Suppose you are removing the engine, you are telling that I have a brake, I have a horn, I have accelerated, but I don't have what only the engine. So without engine, can you run the bike? Not possible, right? Similar way, if you are not taking which procedure, main procedure, we are not able to run which program, C program. Like engine is for running the bike. Similar way, here we are taking what procedure? We are taking a procedure like void main. It is for what? To run which program? To run your C program. Clear? To run what? To run what? Your C program. Okay. So next, what is the procedure we are having? CLR, SAR. Again, I'm explaining you. What is the purpose? It is for clearing what? It is for clearing the console. It is for what symbol? It is for clearing the console. Currently, what is that console? Console means what? The screen. Okay. Whenever we are running what is C program, we are displaying what? We are displaying some output. Okay. So every time the output is displayed where? On a specific region, that region is referred as what? The console. You can find a region in black color, right? What is that region referred as? That region is referred as what? A console. Okay. Next, when we talk about printf, printf is also what? A procedure. It is for what? It is for printing some what? It is for printing some output. Clear? And coming to the last one, we have getch. Getch is also what? Getch is also a procedure. It is for what? Simple. It is for seeing what? The output of what? The program. Okay. Yeah. So important things are here. We should know about what some. Okay, like these are called parentheses. Some terminology. These are called what? Parentheses. Opening parentheses and closing parentheses. So whenever we are taking what? A procedure, definitely we should use what? Parentheses. Definitely we should use our parentheses. Main is a procedure, yes. So use parentheses. The same thing applicable for CLR, SAR and getch. Clear? Then how about printf? In the case of printf also, we are using parentheses, but we want to display what? Some information. So we are taking what? Hello world. Okay, this one. Yeah. Now we'll get into what? Now we'll get into a second application. Now we'll get into what? The second application where in C, okay, in C program, the second application. So in this application, what we are going to do? In this particular application, just we are printing what? We want to print. We want to print what? We want to print two outputs. Okay. The first output should be in, okay, one line, in the first line. Then how about the second output? When coming to the second output, it should be in which line? It should be in something like what? The second line. Clear? So what is the first output? I want to display hello. And what is the second output? I want to display something like what? Hope the day is fine. Okay. Hope the day is what? Hope the day is fine. Previously, how many outputs we have displayed? Only one output. And what was that output? That output was something like what? Hello world. Clear? In the previous program, we are displaying what? Only one output. And what is that output? That output is something like what? Hello world, right? Okay. When coming to the current program, we want to display what? Two outputs. We want to display what? We want to display two outputs, but okay, where in a separate line. When coming to the first output, we want to display in the first line. When coming to the second output, we want to display where? In the second line. Clear? Yeah. Let's get into the program. Just we are taking hash include stdio.h. Okay. And below just we are taking void main. And again just we are taking what? CLR SCR. Again we are taking what? CLR SCR. So to print the first output, just we are taking what? Hello. This is what? This is something like what? The first output. Okay. So immediately what we have to do? Immediately we have to jump to what? And immediately we have to jump to the new line, right? So if we want to jump to the new line, just we are taking something like \n. What is that? \n. Why we are taking \n? Okay, it is for jumping forward. It is for jumping to the next line. What is that? It is for what? Simple. It is for jumping to the next line. We want to jump to the next line. We are using what? \n. Able to follow? And just we are taking what? We are taking a message like hope the day is what? Hope the day is something like what? Fine. And followed by what? Followed by the same thing, get ch. Okay, this one. I'll share you this file. Okay, if you want, you can write down. Okay, after some time. So in the first application, we can observe that we are displaying what? Only one output, like hello world. When coming to the second application, what is my requirement? We want to display two outputs. When coming to the first output, it should be displayed in the first line. When coming to the second output, it should be displayed where? In the next line. Next line means the second line. To implement it, just we are using what? \n. What is the purpose of \n? We can use \n to jump to what? To the new line. Is that clear? Are you able to understand? Okay, yeah. So very important. Just it is not slash, it is a \. On your keyboard, you can find \. In a Java also we are using a \n. In Java program also what we can do? We are repeatedly using a \n. Java applications. What is the purpose of \n? Okay, I want to jump to a new line. We can use what? We can use something like what? \n. I hope that's clear. Okay, you can type this. You can type this in your program, in your IDE. You can try it. Just you can try this program on your machine. Okay. In HTML, to jump to new line, we are using what? In HTML, to jump to new line, we are using what tag? Okay, we are using the tag. Which tag? BR tag. Yes or no? In HTML, I want to jump to new line. Which tag we are using? We are using BR tag, right? Similar way, in a C language, just we are using what? \n. Okay. Just Okay, today just you can practice this program. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So up to now, just what we are doing is just you can practice. You can save this file as a demo2.c. Previously, you are taking a program. The program name was demo1.c, right? I have told you the compilation and execution. Okay. And when coming to the second program, you can save it as a demo2.c. Don't replace the files. Don't specify the same name. You can take it as a demo2.c. Clear? Let's get into the third application. Let's get into what? Good to the third application. So in the third application, what we are doing here, we are taking what? Here we are taking some variables. Otherwise, we are working with what? Variables. In mathematics, just we can take variables, right? Example, I can take two variables like number one, whereby number one is taking the value of what? 10. Number two, whereby number two is taking what? The value of what? 20, right? These are what numbers? These are something like numerical. These are called what numbers? Numerical values. Otherwise, what is the value of number one? Tell me. 10. What's the value of number two? 20. Okay, whereby what we want to do? Simple. We want to perform what? Addition. Here. Okay, addition is what? Addition is something like what? Okay, number one plus number two. Okay. So in the current application, what we want to do? Simple. We want to take what? Variables. In the first session itself, we were discussing about what variables, right? We were taking two variables, number one and number two, and whereby we are converting those variables into binary format. I told about high level language and I told about what low level language, right? We are converting our decimal numbers into what? Binary format. Yes or no? Okay. So similar way, how about a C language? In a C language, otherwise in a C program, if we want to take variables, otherwise if we want to work with variables, if we want to work with variables, what we should do? We should take what? We should take a data type. We should take what? We should take a data type. What is the requirement of data type? Okay. For example, whenever we are talking about some information, what is that? Whenever we are talking about some information, the information can be in numeric format. The information can be in something like okay, character format, or the information can be what? The information can be in string format. What's that string format? Clear? Suppose I am talking about the student ID. When we talk about the student ID, it is in which format? Numeric format. I am telling that the student ID is 2345 something. Just I am talking about what the gender. It is something like the student gender. I want to take what? Only one character, male or female, anything. Like I want to consider what? Here we are considering only one character. Here what we are doing? Simple. Here we are taking what? Only one character. That's all. Here we are taking what? Simple. Here we are taking what? Only one character. So here the information is in which format? Character format. But when we are talking about the student name, okay, I am taking the student name as what? Rajiv something. So here we are taking what? Here we are taking something like what? Here we are taking something like a collection of characters. What is that? Here we are taking what? Here we are taking a collection of characters. What is this collection of characters called? It is called as what? It is called as something like what? A string. Clear? So whenever we are considering some information, it can be in numeric format. Number two, it can be in character format, or it can be what? In string format, right? Suppose I am considering what information? For example, I am considering something like a student information. What information? Student information. Whereby just we are having what? Whereby just we are having a okay, student
The
ID.
recording has stopped.
We are having the gender, and we are having what? The name. Clear? So student ID is in which format? Tell me, anyone? We can observe that student ID is in numeric format, right? When we talk about the gender, it is in which format? Character format. Character means only one character. Either M represents male, F represents what? Female. Then how about student name? It is in what? A string format. String format means we are taking what? A collection of characters. Clear? But when coming to my current program, we are taking the data in which format? Tell me. When we talk about number one, or when we talk about number two, it is in which format? Anyone? We can observe that it is in something like what? Numeric format. Yes or no? We can observe that it is in what? Numeric format, right? Okay. So just let us see. So if we are considering numbers, just you see. Suppose if we are considering what? If we are considering numbers, okay, it can be what? It can be a decimal number. What's that? It can be what? It can be a decimal number, or it can be a non-decimal number. Just you see. It can be what symbol? It can be a non-decimal number. What do you mean by decimal number? Suppose I am taking the student percentage. Suppose I am taking what symbol? Suppose I am taking a student percentage. I am telling that the percentage is 80.6. So this is what number? A decimal number, right? Clear or not? Okay. So whenever we are taking what? The total marks. Total marks of what? The total marks of what? The student. I am taking that the total marks is what? 670. It is what? Non-decimal number. Able to follow? So whenever we are considering numbers, it can be in decimal format or non-decimal format. Just you see. I am talking about student percentage. Definitely we can take what? A decimal number. Then how about total marks? It is a non-decimal number. Non-decimal number means we are not taking what? Any decimal point, right? So in C program, okay, like suppose I want to take student percentage. I am telling what? I am telling that, okay, something like the percentage is what? I am telling that the percentage is something like 80.6. Or I want to take what? I want to take like the total marks is what? Something like what? 670, right? So we want to take these variables where in our C program. So definitely what we should use? Definitely we should use what? Definitely we should use something like what? Data types. What is that? Data types. Example, I want to take a non-decimal number. If we want to work with what? If we want to work with non-decimal number, if we want to work with what? If we want to work with a non-decimal number, we are using what data type? We are using int data type. What data type? We are using int data type. Similar way, if you want to take, what's that? If you want to work with, if you want to work with what? If you want to work with decimal numbers, okay, or numbers, we are using what data type? We are using float data type. Just write down. Just write down only these lines. That is sufficient. Just write down.